Great. So let's start our work. My name is Devanshi Kanani, and I'm actually an industrial psychologist, and I've been working in this space of training and developing life skills and just wanting to make sure that everyone has a little bit of mental well in the world, when I work with. So that's just the aim. And I'm honestly excited that I hope that you'll find this like an interactive session and a fun session, which is like to do with activity and not just like a talk on COVID. Okay, that's not the aim. So today we are going to do this workshop on how do you cope with COVID-19. Okay, and this is going to be very interactive and fun and activity driven. So I would actually appreciate if all of you all could just quickly run, get paper and pen, and we can start with the activities as well. All right. Show me a thumbs up if everyone has papers and pen with them. Thank you. Thank you, Pranita. All right. Great. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about identifying the concerns that we've been facing, also learning to cope with it. So how with it, we are going to be coping with it by learning how to build resilience and also discuss some strategies to deal with when you feel a lot of stress and anxiety because of COVID. Okay, so this is just a very quick quote which I kind of appreciated a lot and I kind of connected with. It's almost like we are living in very uncertain times, right? We don't know ki, okay, kal lockdown hone wala hai, nahi hone wala hai, what is it? Are we going to work from home, not work from home, office, this, that, right? A lot of uncertainties that we are feeling personally. And we want to feel much more safer and sure in life and just feel good and confident, right? So we want to get to the other side of the river, and that is what we are going to do today. Okay, we're going to try and aim to get to the other side of the river. Okay, so very, very quickly, this is exactly how we all looked in 2020 and 2021, right? We were all we were like, God knows what's happening and what's going to happen. So there was actually, now there is a phobia called as Coronaphobia. It's like a legit phobia. Okay, it's not like a fancy word that I've made up for the presentation today. Research has actually stated that the amount of anxiety that people are feeling and the fear that people are feeling with COVID happening to us is real. It has like an immense amount of impact on people's mental health and well-being, right? And that is why Coronaphobia is something that is very, very real, like every other phobia. Okay, where we get these irrational thoughts, there is this excessive fear with this feeling of uncertainty, right? Unrealistic thoughts that keep coming to us. This is exactly what is happening because of COVID, right? We are getting these irrational thoughts about contracting COVID, life going downwards again. God knows what we're going to feel or have felt in the recent past. Yeah, thumbs up if you feel you agree. Yeah. So that is what Coronaphobia is about. And the reason why it's here, this is the hard hitting facts. All right. After COVID has happened, this is a research from Harvard, there has been an 85% drop in our general well-being, right? How we feel good, that feeling of well-being is really going down, right? And of that 85% in itself, 50% is to do with your mental health, straight up, right? And 20% is got to do with your physical health and not feeling at your best physiologically as well, right? A certain sense of a certain sense of isolation that we are all feeling. Let's get real. There has been a lot of struggle on the home grounds as well, right? Like home fronts, right? We're all dabbling between work, home, life, social life, from enjoying that period of getting to be an introvert and not socializing to now actually starting to feel a little bit lonely. Is that happening? Yeah. So this is some of the hard hitting facts, right? This is how COVID has actually impacted our lives. So before I even move on, I actually wanted to hear from your end, what are some problems, or let's use the word concerns, that you all have been actually facing? You know, what is it? How has it impacted your life in any spectrums? Y'all can actually just unmute and share. It'll be great. This is going to be a two-way talk. It's not me talking, it's not me giving pravachan. It's going to be an interactive session. So please, I will need your participations as well, right? Yeah,
Okay.
Steffi, go ahead.
Yeah. So, the COVID had a lot of effects on me and my family also, because even my family had COVID, and one by one, everyone actually got COVID, and we actually lost one member because of it. So it
Okay,
was
so
very devastating, and you feel like uh, you can't do anything. That those feelings are something that hits you hard, because even if you want to do something, there are ways, no doubt. I mean, there were preventive ways also, and there were some things we tried to do, but eventually what had to happen happened. But then feelings of loneliness, feelings of hopelessness, despair, somewhere created an impact on the mind. And while that is on, you are already working. So, you are in two zones. You
yes,
can't be happy, you can't be sad. You also need to manage your work, and you need to
correct.
take care of yourself. You need to
Yeah,
also take care of your other family members who are
yeah,
already, the post COVID treatment, or the post COVID the taking care of them. That's
yes,
also there. So, it kind of mentally exhausts you, physically exhausts you, and you feel kind of, I mean, I used to feel very lonely, you can say, that time, and I had to deal with a lot of things that way. So, this was my COVID experience.
yes,
Eventually, it started getting better,
yeah,
but those moments are those moments wherein you feel like you're worried, you're stressed, you
yes.
don't know what to do. So, it's very deep.
It is, it is. I think the for the first month, everyone enjoyed being the cook and exploring their life skills, but then after that, it got a little serious, and it was definitely more hard hitting. Anybody else who would want to share the kind of challenges that they faced? Thank you, Steffi, for sharing, firstly, and so transparently. Anybody else felt something? Surbi, Pranita?
Yeah, Divyanshi. So when we got COVID in the second wave, so at
Mhm.
that time, like it's not that much effect, but the thing is, we are safe from the first wave and everything. Like I went to the lockdown, and somewhere I have stuck in this COVID first wave. So
Yes.
from that phase, I used to be very extrovert, but when these distances comes, I have not. I mean, in this months of journey. So I was like at home and lost job. So at that time I was like an introvert kind of. So now I'm just going out and doing activities, so that I feel from there to here I got a lot of improvement. So these 2 years was like completely I'm just changed my lifestyle. So
Correct.
what I felt.
Socially being cut out, loneliness,
Yeah, yeah,
overlook of word, multitasking. Correct.
yeah.
Anybody else who felt something different? Anybody here who kind of enjoyed the time that they had to themselves? Okay. So just summarizing, okay, from everything that Steffi shared, Pranita shared, okay. Um, it has not just impacted one part, right? It's not like if you are getting COVID, you are only feeling stress or you are only not feeling well physically, correct? It has impacted us in multiple spectrums, correct? We have been impacted definitely emotionally, with anxiety being the main concern. This constant stress that and the anxiety that we have been feeling, low mood, correct, depression for many people, pessimism, right, somewhere that negativity has also seeped in, right, helplessness is what Steffi was also talking about, even feeling guilty to some extent about not being able to do as to share and do your bit of it, but not being able to do so, right? It has impacted your social life, and your behavior has changed a lot. Your personality has changed a lot, right? That is what Pranita was talking about. Over a period of time, I think people have also started cutting out from people, not wanting to interact, not having that kind of an energy bandwidth where you would want to go and interact with people, right? Sometimes you just feel like if you go and interact with someone, that anxiety is so high, you feel like you're going to get COVID if you go for these functions and just go around interacting with people, right? Even traveling becomes like, should I travel? Should I not travel? Then you're like constantly washing your hands, sanitizing, just being like excessively, like at an irrational level, engaging into safety behavior, right? More than what is normal. The most important impact mentally that it has happened beyond the anxiety is that to some extent, all of us must have felt some amount of brain fog. Now, what is brain fog? Okay. You kind of lose the ability to think at the optimal level that you were originally thinking. Okay, so there is some amount of confusion that you're feeling, some amount of lack of clarity that you're feeling. Your enthusiasm of wanting to focus and just do things, okay, mentally feeling that charge that we used to originally feel has dropped down, right? So lack of attention, lack of executive functioning that we used to originally do, lack of focus, right? And in generally, the mental ability and the stimulation that we were feeling, those levels have dropped. Yeah. Anyone experiencing that? If you actually compare your previous status to now, clarity has also somewhere dropped. Yeah. Steffi, have you been feeling that? Great. Thank you for sharing. Right. And these provoking thoughts that we're getting, this constant thoughts, what if I get cold? Like I remember this happened to me last week. Okay, I got this really bad cold. Okay, and I've been traveling in train, and then I see people cough, and then I'm thinking, what if I contract COVID? If I'm coughing, little bit of just like a little bit of smell going away for half an hour, then what if I have COVID? What if I'm going to infect my entire family? You know, this just happened to me like last week, right? So that provoking thought are always going to be there. And of course, physically, though, there has been a lot of changes, right? Fatigue has been there. We've been either sleeping too much or not sleeping at all, right? Constant triggers, physical triggers, tremors, pounding heartbeat, all of that has been seen, right? These are all the concerns, some of the concerns, right? There could have been more, right? So now what I want you all to do is, I want you all to actually take a paper and pen, okay? We are going to try and reduce all the concerns that we are feeling. I want you all to make these 3 big circles, okay? And by the way, this is an activity that you can apply in life. But today we're going to make it very COVID specific. Okay. So I want you to make this big circle. By the way, this circle, why are we doing this circle? This is a circle of thought. It's the way you think. Okay. It is somewhere going to help you to kind of break down the concerns that you have and manage your stress better. Whatever that we are always on this trigger, like we're always like, oh my God, overwhelming feeling. We're going to try and break that feeling down. Okay. So that we function better. All right. So I want you to draw these 3 big circles. Now, what do I want you all to write under? Let's do one circle at a time. Okay. What are we going to do in each circle? The first circle, I want you to what if you want to segment it out, like physically I'm been feeling this, mentally I'm feeling this, emotionally I'm feeling this, you can do that. If you want if it's coming to you as a flow, you just want to put down all the concerns, put it down. If it is family, if it is the government policy also, that I don't know whether lockdown will happen or not happen, if that is the concern that you're having, put it down. Okay, I don't know whether I'm getting to go to work from home or what is going to happen on my office fronts. If it's productivity that is a concern, put it down. If it is physical health that is a concern, put it down. Okay, whatever are your concerns, let's start putting it down. and give me a thumbs up when we are done, when we feel like I have lots of concerns which are down. Okay. I genuinely would appreciate if everyone could switch on their screen, because I would love to see everyone's faces just in general better when you are in a session like this. If anxiety is something that you have been feeling a lot, put it down. I'm just going to keep this page open for you all to pick up. It will be much easier. Yes, Sai, do you want to share something?
Yeah. Hi, Devanshi.
Hi.
Once could you share the once could you share the circle again?
Yes. Yeah.
Concerns, influences, and control. Okay.
Sorry?
No, no. Just I want to recall the third point. Control.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
No, go ahead. It's okay. I couldn't catch you. The voice kind of cracked. That's why I asked you to repeat.
No, no. In this circle, I was
Yes.
missed the thought. Control.
Yeah. So we are going to get to influence and control later. We're just doing the first circle, which is the big circle that we have. Okay. It's about all the problems that we are facing. So let's put that down first. Okay. We'll learn how to deal with this problem as and when we proceed.
Okay.
Yeah, first concern was done. I mean, concerns part.
Amazing. Okay. Amazing. Now let's jump to the smallest circle. Okay. That is the circle of control. Please have enough space for you all to be able to write it. Now look at all the problems, okay? You guys, whatever problems you all have written in your concerns, let's look at this is your journey. So you look at the concerns that you, and I want you to think of all these concerns, which are those concerns and those problems that you can immediately take charge of and control. What are those things that are in your hand? Like, for example, if I feel my immunity is getting hit, okay, and that I'm feeling a lot of fatigue, what is something that is in my hand directly of that concern? I can get vaccinated. I can take my booster shots. Okay. I can have my multivitamins. Correct. I can exercise for that. I can do something about it, right? It is my action that is in control of that situation and that stressor. So what about your attitude, response, action, or reaction can you take charge of? So look at those concerns, and as and when, okay, you feel like, okay, this particular concern, there something about it is in my control, I want you to cross the biggest circle. Okay, we cross it off. It has to go from there because it has to shift, right? we have a solution to that. That's why. If you feel you're getting very disconnected, okay, like Pavani mentioned, Pranita or Pavani, sorry, one of you all mentioned that I feel like I've become an introvert. I was originally an extrovert. Is there something that you can change about the attitude? Are you taking an action enough to reach out to people and just connect? Like a simple phone call, like, hi, buddy, how are you doing? How was your weekend? Yeah. If you feel like you're feeling a lot of anxiety, question it. Are you actually taking in a lot of negative news? Because these days, news is just people screaming all the amount of the world is falling apart. That kind of the news, that are we watching a lot of that news, or are we reading up something that is very factual based, something that is well balanced in the tone of it? Are we giving into a lot of rumors? Yeah. What is it? So these are a few examples. As per your concerns, it will vary for you. If anyone does feel comfortable with sharing one concern and something that they have shifted and can have controlled about it, some exercise, some control about it.
Didn't get you, Devyanshi. Can you please?
Sure. If anyone feels comfortable enough to share the concern that they are feeling, okay? And
Okay.
what part of it do you feel like you can take control over?
Okay, so the concern is like I felt. I mean, you like to mention or to tell?
Yeah, share.
So the concern is like at that time I feel like over cleaning, like I mean doing all this, the sprays and all for the like sanitizing everything, like concern, like I feel
Yeah.
even I ate chocolate also. I think like I feel like it's like a concern type, and I feel like irritation of that those who were not following and all. And the control is like the like also the like workouts and everything, like
Yeah.
I able to skip at that time because every time we'll be at home. So that control I got now, like okay, so these things should control from myself, which I have
Correct.
before.
So
Like that.
if you're feeling a lot of fatigue, you need to exercise. That is in your control. If you
Yeah.
feel like you are feeling unsafe, you need to like worry about being hygienic. Something that you can do is you follow the safety protocol.
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah.
Yeah. So that is in your control. Likewise, now you all look at the different concerns, okay, and see, okay, acha, ye problem hai. This is the problem. What about this problem is in my hands? What can I change? What can I control?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in that way I have the vitamin
Yeah.
deficiencies as well. So I have
Correct.
followed these things, like I have vitamin and because
Awesome.
fatigue. So I have followed this like diet, and also now it's got controlled. So like that.
Amazing. Amazing. So we're getting a knack of it. Okay. So once everyone is done with their circle of control, things that you can control, you can take charge of, we shift to the next circle. So just quickly show me a thumbs up once that's done through the emoticon. Okay. And don't forget to scratch, because the problem you have some control over it. Okay, can I swiftly move to the next slide? Are we all ready with that? Or you're taking your time? Okay. Moving to the second circle, okay, which is the circle of influence. This is what it looks like. Control was over here. Now, circle of influence is here. What are things that you can influence? Now, this has got to do with you doing something to influence, okay? Either for yourself or for others, okay? So what are some things that you can influence with your actions, okay? So for example, if you're feeling worried that my family might not be safe, are you doing something to keep them safe? So say, for example, making sure that they can get vaccinated, making sure that they are following the lifestyle of the protocols of safety protocols, correct? If you are feeling disconnected socially, for example, okay, if that is one concern, are you making sure that you are actually putting in an effort to stay connected with your family, friends, and loved ones? Because you start reciprocate, if you start take the effort, they will also get reciprocated, so you will also influence their behavior by your actions, correct? It is an influence that's going to happen. So let's think of the things that you can influence with your actions. If you feel lethargic and you feel like you're not probably able to be very productive, is there something that you are doing to change the productivity cycle? Keeping a planner or checking in or having a buddy that you have an ownership with about your work. Yeah. Are you doing something to change that or influence that problem?
So like during COVID time, many of us got to know more important hand washing, like washing our
Correct.
hands regularly before eating. And yes, yes, so and also hygiene is maintaining hygiene is also very important.
Correct.
So always, yes, we know this, but like sometimes we are unable to follow it. But educating more on this, like
Yes.
washing, yes. So yes, within our
That will
families.
come in your circle of influence. Educating people around you to maintain hygiene actually will come under your circle of influence, because you are influencing other people's and their behavior as well to some extent, right? And that way
Yeah,
the problem will curb down, right? Hygiene as a
yeah,
problem is a problem. So how do we do? Firstly, yourself, what you can control, what you can do to change something around in your surrounding. So that's educating people. Amazing. Sai, thank you so much for sharing.
next one, also like we know, like maintaining proper maintaining
Yes,
will helps us
yes,
to maintain our immune system.
yes, yes,
Also, yes, yes, we can avoid affecting viruses easily. If we
correct,
maintain good health, we can avoid affecting these kind of viruses.
correct.
So that's all. Yeah, but also we can have a control on it regularly.
Correct.
Not only
Amazing.
when the virus is, yeah, yes,
Yes,
and also like yes, and also keeping like some basic medicines, like whatever
yes.
the fever tablets and cold tablets, anything. So keeping it ready.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. So control would be, if I want to be a healthy person, eating your diet and eating healthy food for yourself. That's in my hands. It's in my control. Influence would be making sure my entire family is eating healthy food, right? Yeah. So kind of having that kind of a lifestyle, following that lifestyle for all the housey that we played and all the WhatsApp groups that we were pinging during COVID was actually circle of influence, because people were feeling bored, because people were feeling anxious. They wanted to distract themselves, right? So what did they do? One person wanted to influence. So group games, playing Ludo with it was actually a so it was a circle of
Exactly.
influence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then we all used to play Ludo from so
correct,
like
correct. So that for
yeah,
that half an hour, we all felt good, right? We slept better slightly that night.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, and also we can like it's in already in place, but we can more educate on our nature also, like saving the nature. Because during
Correct.
COVID time, yes, we got to know that due to animals also, this
Yes.
virus, this virus
Yes.
got spread.
Yes.
So
That's true.
yes, we need to save our nature also in
Yeah.
order to
Yeah.
avoid, yeah,
You
like
use less plastic, otherwise you will be wrapped in plastic for life, right? So that
yes,
that
yes,
was definitely one of the fundas that we learned in COVID.
yes, and also having regular checkups, whether
Yes.
it is yes, whether it is
Correct.
yes, not only
Amazing.
when we have any health problems or not, but having a regular health checkups also helps us to know our health condition, so that
Correct.
we can take the precautions accordingly in order to avoid any diseases.
Amazing. Amazing. So are we scratching off? Are we scratching off also? If something is in your control, if something is that you can influence, are we scratching off that concern? Yeah.
Yes, and maintaining under each part, like
Very
concern,
good.
control, and influence.
Very good. So if you now look at your circle, okay, now I want you to look at your circle like this. Okay. Has the concern gotten lighter? There will be still some. Okay. There are still
Yes,
going to be, God knows, government policies, you can't do anything about it. Whether lockdown will happen or not, you can't do anything about it. Correct? Um, whether I will be able to travel in the month of November and attend my friend's wedding, will there be COVID? You don't know, right? You can't do anything about it. Correct? So there are
yes,
going to still be some lying in the third circle. I agree. That's going to happen. Okay. But you know what, guys? That's not in your control. You know why does stress and anxiety actually happen? Is because we take it all together and we feel like there is this pile load of concerns that we have. Okay. But as a matter of fact is we can only do something about the things that we can control and the things that we can do influence. If we start stressing about things that are not in your control, absolutely in the third circle, that is when you are calling for more unrequired stress. You need to learn to break your stress down in any stressful situation, okay? In COVID or non-COVID related also. If there is a stressor that you are feeling, ask two questions. Is this in my control? Is there something I can influence about it? If the answer to this is a no, you need to let it go, okay? Because it's not in your control. And why are we doing this? Why am I emphasizing and spending so much time in asking you to break down your stress? Because you know what, guys? Stress does not just impact your mental health, it impacts your physical health, okay? So every time you are faced with a stressors, your nervous systems start kicking in. Okay. So ideally, there are three responses that your body will have to stress. One is that you will completely freeze. What do I mean by freeze? The response that your body will have, okay, is that you will feel a lot of numbness. You will be more susceptible to getting depression. Okay, there will be this a lot of this helplessness, loss of energy, fatigue for no rhyme or reason, right? This is going zone. Okay, the next one is fight or flight. Okay, so either you feel like, okay, the stress has come, I want to fight it. Okay, I want to face the problem. What is that going to lead to? A lot of anger, a lot of like agility, okay, a lot of aggression, a lot of anger, a lot of rage. Then you will be like, okay, I cannot face this. I just want to run away from this problem, right? Then that is going to create a lot of panic, a lot of anxiety, a lot of wanting to run away from the situation, a lot of fear that your body will feel physically, mentally, right? So first thing is identify what is your stress response. Can each one of you associate with at least one response that you go through when you feel stress? Can I have a quick thumbs up? How many for flight? Okay. Amazing. Okay. And how many for just freeze? Yeah. So whatever is your response, okay, you need to understand that this is happening to your body. Okay. And each time you face stress, this is what is going to happen. Your body will kick in to protect you. It's your body's job to protect you. We are all running on survival mode, right? And one thing that that's going to help you deal with the stress is, of course, breaking it down. Another thing that's going to happen is that can actually help you with a stressor is called as resilience. What is resilience? It's our ability to bounce back. Okay. It's our ability to say that, yeah, it's okay. I understand this is a stressor, but I'm going to bounce back from this. Okay. But when does resilience come into play? Can you have the ability to high if you're constantly either in fight or flight, constantly feeling panicked, constantly feeling this aggression or this kind of like anxiety? Or will you be able to bounce back from a situation or a stressor if you're constantly feeling low?
Yeah, we'll
Is
bounce
it?
back. Yes.
We won't be able to. For resilience to kick in, for the ability to, for you to say that, yeah, I can deal with this, I will come out of this, you need to be receptive. Yeah. If you are actually functioning on either, or if you're functioning in the high zone or if you're functioning in the low zone, okay, resilience is not going to happen. For resilience to happen, you need to be somewhere in the middle. Okay. When you are in the middle, when you are not functioning on constant high, constant low, you will be in the middle belt, which is your social engagement belt, where you will be able to connect, you will be able to feel grounded, compassionate, curious, you feel. Yeah. So it is very, very important to break down your stress and to be resilient, to be in that space. Now, okay, we've understood that we need to be here. How do we become more resilient, right? That's the question, correct? How do we kind of bounce back? So I'm going to teach you all two things, two very, very important things that you all can apply in your life. Okay. One is, it is not always a mental game. Sometimes you need to physically do it as well, right? You need to do something physically to be able to calm your nervous system down so that you can say that, okay, I will be able to bounce back or I can deal with this stressor. Okay. So very, very simple things like go out, get up, walk. Even if you all get up right now and take four steps and come back, just observe what happens in your body. Yeah. Release. If you want, push a heart system. You can even something like drinking a glass with you all. You've come from somewhere very, very active, hyper, come from outside, you sat down and had a glass of water. Does that happen? Do you feel better when you have a glass of cold water? Because it calms your nervous system down, right? You can do this thing. Let's do it right now. Okay. I want you to listen to every sound that is coming around you. Just tune off and listen. I'm going to keep quiet. After I keep quiet, we're going to listen to at least 5 sounds that are around in your background. Could we notice 5?
There's only one sound.
Only one sound. The fan, the traffic. Yeah. Okay. Counting backwards from 10 to 1. This is something we've learned in school. Trust me, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Okay. And I'm going to teach you all 4 very simple activities. Okay. This is for physical calming down. Okay. Let's become Rancho. I want everyone to make a butterfly. Okay. What we learned with Rancho was actually very true. I want you to place it on your chest over here. Can you feel your heartbeat? Yeah. And say this with a lot of conviction. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. One tap at a time. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. Every time you're feeling very, very anxious, try this. Okay. Cold exposure is either go for a cold bath, dip your legs in cold water, drink a glass of cold water, put your hands in, basically expose yourself to cold temperature. Okay. Now, the third one, which is called as the vagus nervous system. For those of you who have something to hold on to, pillow, bag, whatever, grab it. If you don't have something to hold on to, it's okay. I want you to hug yourself. Come on, let's hug yourself. Have we hugged ourselves? Tightly. Come on. Deep breath in. But when you're exhaling, I want you to exhale 2 breaths. Is that possible? So count 1 in, count 2 out. Okay. And when we are exhaling, you're going to make a O. Take a deep breath in. I'm going to do the counting. Take the deep breath in. 1. Exhale for 2 counts. Okay, great. Now we're going to inhale for 2 breaths in and exhale for 4 breaths out. Slightly difficult. Let's try. Okay. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing. Can we push ourselves a little bit more? Can we do 3 counts in and 6 counts? Breathing helps, guys. That is what we were supposed to do naturally. Come on. 3 counts in and 6 counts out. Take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is the target. You should be actually only having 6 breaths in a minute. That is the optimal level of breathing. Okay, so to be aware, Steffi, does that help you feel a little bit more calmer? Did anyone feel slightly more calmer? Yeah, so that definitely helps. Okay, and the last one is bamboo sway. I will not embarrass everyone to do this right now, but I want you to just basically lift your hands up. Okay, and sway to any music. Any music. Just sway and let your body ease out. Okay. So these are some somatic strategies that is going to help you reach this state where we are resting and we can digest. We are in that capacity to take in, right? If we are worked up, there is no intake that can happen. Okay, no intake, no output. So you have to be in a resting state to be more resilient. Okay, now very quickly, this should be at the top of your head. Another thing that's going to help you build resilience is, can you all think of at least 3 to 4 people who are like your support system? Can we note it down? In case of tough times, you know that, okay, at least these 3 people are going to have my back. Okay, everyone, lucky you guys. Okay, personality. What are some attributes that you have as a person, or some skills that you have as a person that can be used when you are actually having a stressful and a difficult time, that can actually help you be more resilient? Like for me, personally speaking, I feel that I am someone who can talk to anyone. I have no inhibitions. So I know that when I feel very, very lonely, I will not, as a person, stop from telling someone that I'm feeling lonely or just going and having a conversation with someone. It's a personality trait that I have. Likewise, what is it in you? Okay. What skill sets do you have? You could have some skill sets as well. That's going to help you stay stronger.
So we need to
Write it
mention.
down. You can mention
Okay.
it. It'd be great if you guys could mention it, but at least write it down for your journey.
Okay.
So in COVID times, what is an aspect about your personality that's going to help you feel stronger? People में doctor का नाम भी लिख लो. Definitely. That's going to help you. Family doctor's name. Have we written down the personality and skill set, guys? Okay. Coming to the 4th point, practices. Now, this is not what you do. This is what you have to do and want to do. Okay. Or what you do also, probably, in some people's case. Some that is going to help you stay strong. Like, for example, 10 minutes of a workout. I'm not saying an hour. Okay. 10 minutes of keeping yourself, or eating that soup that we don't like every day at 7 o'clock. To build your immunity, of course. Journaling, to have an outlet. Playing board games with family, singing, dancing, meditation, so many things. There are so many things that you can do.
For me, I actually started from this year watching comedy.
Amazing.
Because I realized that there's so much of build-up, there's so much of pressure. I was actually not being able to, vent it out. And I just observed this thing about myself, that when I am watching something comedy, it
Thank
helps
you.
me connect with myself and laugh. And
Yes.
somewhere the release is there. Your mind gets a bit freshened up. It feels rejuvenated. I mean, the load is
Yes,
less. So
yes,
now I start watching comedy in between whenever, even if it's for half an hour, I'll just watch some comedy episode or some series or something. I'll just laugh my heart, and it
yeah.
could be for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, but I try to ensure that at least I am watching at least one thing of comedy, to keep my day light.
Yes, yes. Diet is not about only what you eat. Diet is about
Yeah,
what you see, what you hear, what you let it in, what you let inside your mental space. Very sacred. This is the most holiest space in the world, more than any temple, because you are a temple. Your body is a temple, right? So what are you consuming is going to impact
consuming
you a lot.
exactly. Because so much of negativity is there, so much of things are ongoing. You need to remove time for yourself
Yes,
also. It's
yes,
very crucial.
yes. I am absolutely agree. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Okay. And last part is I want you to build skills. Okay. Chalo, let's keep it realistic. One skill that you want to develop that's going to help you be stronger, make you feel more confident, boost your self esteem. Any one place you feel like if I work on this, I'm going to be in a better space. Let's try and work towards that, right? When you write it down on paper, it's somewhere you are accepting it and you have to work on it. Amazing. To be able to manage stresses, okay? We are in this journey of growing, right? COVID has obviously knocked us out, but not completely. We're sometimes growing at this length, sometimes we are growing more, some days we are blossoming like a tree, right? Growth is going to be different on different days for each one of us, and that's absolutely okay. Sometimes you're on the ground and it's okay. That's also okay, right? But there are things that we have learned today. So the first thing that we've learned is ground yourself, right? So those activities that you all did, tapping, breathing, pushing, going for a walk, meditating, right? Those are called as grounding activities. They are going to help you connect with yourself. They're going to be able to put you in a calmer state, correct? Recognize what you can control. Each time you're faced with a stressor, ask yourself two questions. Is there something I can control? Is there something I can influence? If it's not in your hand, we let it go. Okay. Third thing is organize the resources that you need. What you just did. You wrote down the people you need. You wrote down the skill sets you need, the skill sets that you have, and something you need to do as a form of practice to be able to overcome this. Okay. And the fourth most important point, always reach out for help, right? So as a community, go up and tell someone that I need help. Can you help me out? Right? So that is how we grow, correct? That is how we deal with a stressor like COVID, right? So whenever you are facing issues, remember these four important points. All right. So thank you. That is it from my side. I am open to taking any if anyone has questions.
I don't have any questions as such, but I'd really like to appreciate. I mean, the PPT also was amazing. It had a lot of information. Apart from that, whatever you said, it made sense. I mean, when do we get time to actually think about ourselves, sit and think? Because we are constantly busy with some aspect or the other. We're
Sure.
always busy thinking about our family, about our work, about our career, and so on. We never get time to sit actually and, think what's happening with us. So, this entire session was the time wherein we kind of had a self care session. We
Yes.
actually understood at least some core issues we are dealing with, and what control we have and what control we don't have over, and what we can do. At least it helped me to realize that, okay, I want to do this. This can help me. This skill, if I leverage, it can help me to, become better. So thank you so much. This was really amazing.
Thank you, Steffi, for sharing. I hope this really helped. Thank you.
Yeah.
Up for any questions. If someone else has questions, definitely up for taking it. I think there are no questions in that case. Yes, Sai, definitely.
No, like what the exercise we did now, no? So
Yes.
can we record and we can post on the social media as well? Like whatever the activities we did now.
Yeah, you can post your journey, definitely. If you feel comfortable, you can definitely post your journey about the activities. That's okay. I think Steffi has been recording, right? You all will be sharing it, right, Steffi?
Yes. Okay.
I have started recording it. I think I'll be sharing it with the team as well.
Okay, that will be great. Yeah, that will be great. All right. So should I take the leave then? Should we end the session? Yes, Pranita.
Yeah, it was nice interaction and the session was very good. I mean, I really know some things that from this session. I'm really thanks to you.
Thank you
Divyanshi.
so much.
Yeah.
And I would definitely want to thank you, Steffi, Sai, and Pranita. You guys have been like super interactive. It just helps me deliver better. So thank you so much for joining. Also, Surbhi, thank you for joining. Yeah, taking out time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Devanshi. The session was very good.
Thank you so much.
Informative.
Thank you.
Helpful.
Yeah.